Well, now we're going, boys. We got the levels are going, George. Appreciate your patience during the technical difficulties. But you're the first Brazilian we've ever had on the podcast.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Alison on.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that he would? Or
yeah,
do you think
of course.
He's a little reserved because I know a lot of people get uncomfortable with the English on camera. But do you think Alison would be? I think you'd be down.
I think his English is improving a lot, especially that he's living in the U.S. now. Yeah. So yeah, he's a cool guy. He's scary, like from afar, because he's too big, and but he's just I know him a lot, so he will talk with you guys.
Have you ever played with Alison?
No, only against.
I feel like now that he's in like that later stage of his career, where he's like down to just play with all the young guys. Like he's playing with one of my best friends in Evan Corey right now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's in that like mentorship kind of role.
Yeah, he helped a lot, like with Evandro. Evandro and Arthur are living in Vitória now, so they have the same coach that Alison had. It's not Leandro, it's Wallace. It's a different one. Okay. He was like the second coach of Alison. So when Alison is in Vitória, he always helps Evandro and Arthur. So yeah, he's like a mentor now.
Yeah.
And he got one of my friends to play with again in Brazil. And as you said, he's playing with Evan now. So yeah, that's what the old guys do now.
Yeah. Is that like a Brazilian thing? Because I know a lot of European federations, they'll take their older players and they'll pair them with younger ones to help them come up and get some points on tour. In the United States, we don't do that. I didn't know if that's something that Brazil does.
I mean, if we do that, it's a lot of. I don't think it's too much on purpose. Like,
it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. Like, you're getting old. You don't need to train that much. And especially for Alison, who's been on the top like many years.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with all the traveling, all the training. Yeah. He had his daughter like 2 years ago, something like that. So he had to slow down a bit. He chose to slow down a bit, but he still got feel,
Yeah.
Still play like
he's still freaking good.
Yeah.
Man, I played him in AVP Denver 2 years ago. And I've never been blocked so many times, but I've also never had such a gentle hug. He like blocked me right on my face, and he comes out of the net, and he's like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
The gentle giant.
Yeah, he's so gentle. I remember when he played with Bruno and also Alvaro. When he did a block, and they were like far from the net, and he ran at them, and I was like, oh, he's going to smash them. Just hug them. Okay.
That's
really funny.
My wife cracks up because he was in town in California a couple years ago, and we practiced together because I was like his fake Alvaro, because Alvaro was still in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like one of the bigger guys on the beach, and she's like, I've never seen someone make you look so tiny.
Yeah.
And when we both grow out the red beards, I like look a little bit like Alison, but she's like, you're just like teeny tiny Alison.
Much smaller. The Diet Coke.
The Diet Coke Alison.
Yeah, he's just like an refrigerator, like so big, so tough. But, yeah, it's funny. It's funny to watch him play.
Yeah,
especially with as you said, when he plays against or with someone who's big and they stand next to him. It's like, oh, no way, he's that big.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean, you guys have no shortage of kind of legends in beach volleyball. Who did you grow up looking up to?
I mean, wait, there is something burning? Yes, there is.
Oh, so you got this soda going? Or steam?
Yeah, I need to turn that off.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. George is burning down the house.
Oh, yeah, that is...
It is burning. I had to play with it. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
Yeah, it was really scary. Because I was seeing this steam come off. because you guys are watching me, but I've seen this thing come up from the. I was like, I maybe seen some things, but.
Shit. All right. Well, now that we haven't started a fire,
No fires.
No fires.
Jerseys are safe.
Yeah.
shit. We were talking about just who you're looking up to in Brazil as a kid.
I looked up at Ricardo all the time because he was close friend of my father. My father is addicted to beach volleyball, and he has a court like right next to my house.
Okay.
He built a court to just play, have fun.
Yeah.
And Ricardo, we used to train there a lot when he played with Emanuel and Pedro Cunha also. So they used to train there, and I could watch all training.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was amazing because I had contact with every big Brazilian that,
That's a pretty good way to grow up.
Yeah, after Emanuel and Ricardo, I had contact with everybody too. Harley, Bruno, Alison. So I've been close to everybody all the time, and I think that's what I don't have like an idol in Brazil like that because I was so close to them that it's like you lose that idol thing.
Right.
Some people only have the idol thing when he's too far.
Right,
So as I was too close to them, I always admire them, but not like people do that.
Because you got to see him as human beings.
Yes,
And
yes.
not just as these insane beach volleyball players.
Yeah, because some people only see them play, and I saw them like grind a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's, I lost that idol thing.
Yeah.
But Ricardo was so amazing because he was so big and he did those crazy shots and those crazy blockings.
Yeah.
And he was really, like, for me, it's one of the best players ever. Like, there's all the way up.
What do you think makes him one of the best players ever?
His read of the game is amazing.
Okay.
Like, even when, I don't know, 4 years ago, when he was already 40-something, and he played with Vitor, I don't know if you guys could see that, but his read of the game is amazing. He knew what the other team was going to do with him and against him, like, all the time. And he was like so calm. Of course, he got so many years of experience, but
Sure.
he was like on the spot all the time, on the spot.
Do you think he had that coming in growing up in the Brazilian league, or was there a coach or someone that helped mature him, in that?
I think he's one of the naturally gifted players, I knew him a lot, so he was not that guy like Emanuel was, that he needed to train all the time, grinds all the time. He was just natural. So I think the exchange between players and all the time before was, the Brazilian especially, was all happening all the time. They were closer than we are now.
Okay.
Because they used to play, and then after everybody go get a beer together. We don't have that much today, so I think the exchange was happening more, and he was naturally gifted, so he could see stuff more than normal people.
Yeah. So he's giving a lot of feedback probably to other players.
Yeah.
And do you think now, you said that you're not getting that much exchange now, is it because of location for you top Brazilian players, or is it just not the tightness anymore?
No, I think it's more of a professional thing.
Yeah.
Before it was more fun to play. I don't know if you guys got to chat with like older players, but it was funnier like to play. It was more chill.
Yeah.
And of course they wanted to win, but they didn't have that, it's, like we have today. It's tiny points or all the time. It's like one video you see and he doesn't, it makes a difference. And I think that before was more chill and they had more time to spend together. I don't know. I think it's a different sport now than it was before.
Yeah. And you guys are pretty spread out, right? Because in the U.S., everyone's in Hermosa Beach, pretty much, with a handful of exceptions. But like, you can walk from 1st Street in Hermosa to 29th, and you'll run into every American professional player there is. But you guys are kind of all over, right?
Yeah. We are, me and Andre are living in João Pessoa now, and Vitor and Renato also are from there, so it's the only team we have more contact. But Arthur and Evandro are living in Vitoria, so it's too far. Yeah, so we can even, like, if we want to train together, we can't. So it's a bit tougher, like, from the space, but I think that's not it. Like, I think it's something about the competitivity we have in Brazil.
Sure.
Like, it involves money, it involves the federation pays for the first 3 teams that come to travel of the first 3 Brazilian rankings.
Shoo!
But on the world tour. But we have like 5 teams.
Right.
So if we train together, they might pass us, and it's something that happened with me and Andre and Vitor and Renato. We used to train together, but then started Olympic race, and it's really tight. And was like, no, we need to separate because, we play against each other all the time, and I think tiny things will make the difference in the game. So
definitely.
That's why I think it has the distance stuff, but also the competitivity is way too much.
Yeah. Man, I'm always so curious about like how other federations do their system, because in the U.S. it's like a tiered system where the top 12 players, 6 teams, get various levels of support. But in Brazil, it's top 3.
Yeah, top 3.
That's
cutthroat.
And it's top 3 from entry rankings. So
from entry.
Yeah.
I mean, that changes so.
Yes, that's why it's so crazy. Like, because you need to be on top all the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you lose like everything.
Yeah.
You
You guys got Evandro, Arthur, you and Andre. I mean, Pedro Guto were high for a while, especially entry points. They were high for a while. Renato, Vitor, I mean, Adrielson and Arthur are kind of making their way up now too.
Yeah.
And if more teams traveled, you could probably have 7 or 8 competitive teams on the World Tour.
Yes, that's what happens with the women. Like, they travel to everything.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I'm a bit pissed about some of the younger teams that don't travel.
Yeah.
They wait for to be on the top 3 to go, but I think it's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
And like the women's, they do that all the time. And I think there was a tournament that top 10, there was like 5 from Brazil.
I wouldn't be surprised.
On the women's side. I was like, that's what happens if you travel all the time, because it's really tough. So in the men's side, I don't know why, but the younger teams are stopping to try to come here and try to make points on playing here.
Yeah.
Like, they are waiting for the tournaments in Brazil that we have now. Like, we're having more than usual.
It's cool how many you guys are having.
Yeah.
It's such a good opportunity for the young teams. And
Yes.
that's something that, I mean, the U.S. has missed out on. We haven't put on a tournament since Fort Lauderdale, maybe 2019 or so.
Yeah, I played there, I remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you guys, like, the young teams get the wild cards in the main,
Yeah.
the qualifier.
It's really different. Like, that's something that the Europeans do much. Like, they got younger teams, like even Ahman and Hellvig, they started playing 17. They were playing on the high level already.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that Brazil and the US are losing a lot, is those young teams playing a lot all the time. So they get too much experience. And when it comes, like, when they grow up and mature a lot on playing, they are like 20, 21. So
which for the U.S. 2021 seems like a baby.
Yeah.
The U.S., like, we start to come in early, like 30.
Yeah.
We're late. We're a little late bloomers. I think it like correlates to just how the rest of the world matures a little bit earlier too.
Yeah.
I think Europeans are mature earlier, and probably similar in terms of the States, where we're a little behind in that sense, and the play also dictates a similar.
Yeah, but I think you guys also have like have college and university
That's
all the
true.
time. So I know that most of the players there, they give so much attention about it, and I think, like, in the other countries, when you're really good and you start playing, you just go all in. I think you guys take the time and
Correct.
go slow. So that's why it's a bit older, but I think it makes a difference on the high end.
Yeah. The college system for the women has been huge.
Yeah.
Are there any younger Brazilian women who have looked at the NCAA and thought that might be a good route?
Yeah, many.
Because that's such a great way to get pretty high level experience without investing to go on the world tour.
Yes.
Right.
Because I mean, you look at some of like Daniela Alvarez and Tanya Moreno are going to go to the Olympics and then come back and play in college.
Yeah.
And you got and Tina got a fourth at the Olympics and came back and played in college. And so it's like a mini world tour.
Yeah.
In a way.
But it's way better because you got a degree, you get everything. You don't have to waste so much money.
A lot of benefits.
Even for the future, thinking as a player, because we play so few years, and after some of us won't get a degree or something like that, because you have to give up some tournaments to study. Really, especially talking about Brazil, like many players, like Bruno did that, and he stopped playing a bit on the national tour and even on the world tour to finish his study, and then after he stopped playing. He had a degree, but was really late on his career. Like for you guys, many of you already have a degree when they start playing.
Yeah,
the world tour, so it's
you got two of them.
Yeah,
I have two of them. Yeah, I think it's just the culture of the States to put the emphasis on schooling first, and if you can combo schooling with sports, as a lot of the beach women's programs are doing now, it's like great. In college, it was just indoor for me. I would have loved to play beach as well, but there is no beach for men, in the States. So it's kind of tough.
But I think it's the right way. Like I really appreciate that because for us, it's really tough to keep a high level and study. So you guys, the women can do that in the U.S., but I don't think we can do that in any other country.
Yeah. In Brazil, is there a sport, like sports aren't part of university?
They are, but it's really low level.
Okay.
Because the really good ones, we have so many tournaments. Talking about beach volleyball, we have so many tournaments. We have 9 tournaments, and if you play like I used to play the under 21.
Yeah.
So I had under 21, all the events from the pro.
Yeah.
And I was already playing the world tour, so I had no time to study.
There's no time.
Yeah. I mean, you got your education because I don't think that there's any better way to learn just the ways of the world.
Yeah.
Just get on a plane and travel the world,
Yeah.
or you're going to learn a lot really fast.
A lot.
It's different kind of an education, but it's a lot of street smarts.
Yeah, and you all the micro things you have to do when you travel alone.
Yeah.
Like I was too young, but I had to manage my money to do all the stuff. And some people like that I knew was older than me that didn't know about many of the things I know because I had to start doing all the stuff. Especially because I was playing Contra-Cota, I got my ass kicked a lot. So I had to do that a lot. I remember the first time I played here, I played the Contra-Cota, I lost. And we had to micromanage so much here because like sometimes, it's really expensive. And sometimes we had like to wake up a little bit later so we can have like a really good meal on the breakfast. And don't eat the lunch.
Just to save money.
And just to save money.
Those are the things you don't hear about, and the part of the grind, right? Like, that's part of it. Like,
did you hear about? Kyle was telling me about the story of the Austrian guys in the qualifier, British Trummer and Felix Friedel.
Oh, they played here, right?
They played here in the quali. They played Bartosz Wojciak and Brill.
Oh shit!
And so they didn't want to pay for the hotel. So they drove here through the night, slept in their car, and then woke up, played them, took them to 3 after sleeping in the car, and then their car broke down.
Yeah, their car ran out of oil, and so they kind of broke down, and they want to go back to Vienna, and so hopefully they fixed it. But like they got here at 4 a.m. in the morning, they slept in their car a little bit, and then didn't have a hotel booked or anything like that, just kind of played and hopefully found some hotel, but they got the L, so.
You come with a lot of stories.
Yeah. There was a lot of those stories. Like in the Brazilian tour, many people didn't have the money. They did, like when they came here to play, they like get a blanket and sleep on the floor. Like we got Arthur and Adrielson, an example, the lost, so they would come to our room and sleep on the floor and just save money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to make the investment? Because you've been on the World Tour since you were, what, 17?
18.
18? Was that a hard thing for you to make that jump? Because you mentioned that a lot of the younger Brazilians right now are kind of waiting to go on the World Tour, but you didn't waste any time.
No, I didn't waste time because, first of all, my father, as I said, he's addicted, so he always gives me so much support financially and he was all the time. If you want really to be a good player, you need to go out there because
Great.
you need to get experience. You need to get your ass kicked sometimes, really, because there's no way of qualification. It's way different than a normal match on the main draw. And I used to play already I think I was the youngest to do a podium in the Brazilian tour.
No kidding.
Yeah. When I started
big names you beat.
Yeah. Yeah, I was the youngest by 2 months, something like that. It's really tight, but yeah. And all the money that I got from the Brazilian tour, I used to invest here because, here's where the big money is, the big names are, and yeah, that's if you want to make money really playing beach volleyball in Brazil, you need to come here.
Yeah.
And that's why I tried not to waste so much time like in Brazil, and that's what I get upset about the youngers, because they're having so many results now, and they don't come here. It's like, oh my God, don't waste time. And I always speak with them. That's right. Oh, you need to go out there. You guys have the game. First will be really hard, but it's for your future, like as a player. So
Yeah, you got to invest the time and, like you said, get your ass kicked a little bit because the long-term gains are better.
yeah, of course.
Higher ceiling. Yeah. When your dad built that court, how young were you when you first started on that beach court he built near the house?
Oh, I actually don't know, but I know I've been in contact with beach volleyball like since I was 7.
Yeah.
So I never played indoor
Okay.
because I think it's too. I don't know. I don't get to touch the ball every time.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it much. But I like to watch it, but not to play it.
Not to play it.
But I think when I was like around 14, 15, we already had the
court. I mean, that's so awesome. That's like the dream, right? As a dad, like build a court in front of the house and be able to play. And, it sounded like your dad was super supportive and encouraging and, kind of taught you, hey, you got to go out there and grind.
Yes.
Which is great because I think it's something overlooked skill or like a trait, and you have to do it. We hear the stories on the World Tour. You have to go out there. It is a grind, and there's a benefit, to doing it.
And especially today, like I think the grind is I'm not saying way easier, but it's easier than it was before, because before we had the entry list was 8 from the 8 last tournament, the 6 better results.
Right.
So today, if you go like 2 events and do a semifinal on the Challenger or something like that, you can already play the elite. You're already in the mid draw sometimes, so it's easier, it's faster.
Yeah, there's a bit more access.
Yes,
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start to feel comfortable playing at the highest level? Because there's always that transition period, like when you get out there, we're kind of in over your head a little bit and you're getting your ass kicked. Like, when did you feel like when you entered a tournament, you're like, I kind of belong here?
Actually, was when I really got comfortable was when I started playing with Pedro.
Okay.
We played was 1 year we played together, but it was when I really got comfortable. I always loved to play against the big names. I always even in Brazil, my best games was against Alison, Ricardo. Yeah, when I got somebody you guys don't know about, and I didn't want to play. I like the challenge.
Yeah.
And when I got comfortable with Pedro was after one of the first tournament we did was the Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
It's tough for me to say, sorry.
No, you nailed it.
Let's do it. Fort Lauderdale, that's it.
It's tough. So it was the first tournament, and we did the semifinals there. So
Pretty good first tournament.
yes, and I was really happy, and I said, okay, I know I can do this now at the high level. And then we had a lot of split ups in Brazil, and everything changed. And then when I come to play with Andre, I'm still learning a lot about myself and about the game, especially mentally. I think it's too hard for someone to understand it, but Andre is helping me a lot through these years, and I think it's really making a difference. And like, I think it's the hardest part. That's why I say that the young guns need to come here, because you only learn mentally sometimes when you really come here and get the stress, get the anxiety, get the tough matches. When we started playing against the guys who did semifinals constantly, and the other guys, it's different games, it's different mindset that you have to be in the game. So I'm starting to learn and develop it. It's really, really different.
And I always like watching how different athletes operate mentally, because you think about, I was talking to Kyle about this, you think about the 3 greatest tennis players of all time, they're all playing right now, with Nadal, who's like, before matches, he's like lathering himself up, he's super intense. Then you get Federer, he's like happy-go-lucky, he's cracking jokes. And then you get Djokovic, who's like a machine. He's just like, I need 3 reps here, 8 reps there, 6 reps there, good to go. Like, not a lot of emotion. What's your like peak mental state? Have you kind of figured out where you're at your best?
Yeah, I got that, and it's like I don't like talking with nobody. I'm just like chill in my world there, headphones up, and sometimes it's a funny story, because you're talking about it. The first time my dad saw me do that, he thought that I was not okay. Because he never saw me like before games, and like the mentality I have today is different from what he had saw before.
Right.
So the first time he was like, "Oh, is he okay then?" Because I really don't like to talk. I like to focus a lot and just, think of the game, think what I have to do, and yeah.
Because it was really funny watching you play Trevor and Theo in Sakurima. So I was like, between the 4 players on the court, there might be 2 total words said to each other's part.
Yeah.
Trevor and Theo, they don't talk to each other. And you and Andre watching you guys, you'll just give like a nod here, a smile there, and that's pretty much what you guys got for communication.
Yeah, people say that we don't talk too much, like compared to other Brazilian. We even don't cheer that much. Like, we're more, I would say, like European style.
Yeah,
a bit chill. But we talk a lot between points, but it's really quick talk. Like, I do this now, let's do that. So we are trying not to talk anything that's not important, because if you're going to serve, you need to focus on where you need to serve, what serve are you going to do, and like, we trying to minimize what we have to say to each other, because sometimes, like, if I want you to do a special, I don't know, block something on a different way, I just need to say that, just block this.
Right.
I'll get the rest. So we are trying to minimize, because sometimes I personally used to talk so much with Andre, and we waste a lot of time, and he didn't have time to focus on the serve, or so we're doing those little small things.
Was that on your guys' own doing, or did your coach say, "Hey, I think you guys are talking too much," or did you guys realize, "Ooh, we're talking a little too much"? Or
no, it was between us. Yeah, like Andre was more experienced than I was. Yeah. So he said, like, "No, I think you're talking too much. I need some time to, concentrate on what I need to do. So talk fast."
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, talk fast. And I think it's a good reminder for everyone, like, it's different. You can have success in multiple different ways, whether you talk a lot between points or you talk a little bit less. And for you, if you say you're struggling on the court, what does support look like to you from Andre? Do you want him to pump you up? Do you want him to talk calmly to you? Is it like hey, do this, do that, or what works well for you?
I think it depends on the time. Like, there are some times that you need to shake the other guy up. You need to yell and, I don't know, pump him up, do something different. But we usually only talk about what the other team is doing. Like, oh, they're getting your line shot, do something different, and the block is flying. I don't know. We try to do those informations before it gets before we lose too much points. So when we lose too much points, then we have to yell with each other. But we don't do that too much.
You save that. You save the yelling until you need it at the very last moment.
Yeah, because sometimes like people, I don't know, the Brazilians, I don't understand so much, but some of them like to yell all the time. Like, I don't know if to intimidate the other team or something like that. But me and Andre, we are like, if we do ours good, then the other team is fucked up already.
How long have you guys been playing together now?
5 years already.
5 years?
Yeah.
Because when there was pretty much the whole Brazilian Federation shuffled after Tokyo, except for you guys.
Yeah.
Was there any thought about switching partners, or were you always pretty much set on staying together?
We talked before we partner up, and I especially said with him that I didn't want to have any more shuffles. I don't like switching partners. I don't like switching cities, because in Brazil you have to do that. So it's way tough. And he said, "Oh, I really don't like it also. So let's spend a time together, right?"
Yeah.
So we didn't have the split up or something like that. We said, no, we need to spend all the time we can together, and if things don't go as we plan, like if for 1 or 2 years, then we can think about it. But because sometimes in Brazil, when you had like 1 or 2 bad results, then they shuffled already. And it's something that, I mean, it's so high level today, there's no way you are not going to have a bad result once in a while.
Right.
So,
when you're at your best, because we've seen this year, you guys have like won a handful of medals, and then you'll lose, not first round, but relatively early for you guys. When you're at your best, what do you think that looks like for you guys as a team?
I think that we are really, I mean, it comes a lot with how we are feeling outside the court and how we are feeling about everything, because we don't separate too much, me and Andre. When we are okay outside the court, we are okay inside. So we are really close as friends also. He comes more to my dad's house than me now because he's living, so he's part of the family already.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I think when we are good, everything is perfect for us, all around. Mm-hmm. The trainings, the traveling. Sometimes we get homesick a lot, especially because me and him, we like to stay with our family and stuff. So when it happens, I know we don't play that much, like what we really can do. But when we are really good, everything is just flowing.
Yeah.
There's no too much excitement. There's no lulls. Yeah. So you're just
there.
Chill. Yeah, just there.
I love it when guys who are like our partners on the court are really good friends off the court. I think it helps so much, and there are a handful of examples where that hasn't been the case and it's worked.
Yeah.
But that's sweet that you and Andre you're like family.
Yeah, he's actually the best man for my weddings.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
that's exciting.
Because we've been a lot together right now, and it's really tough because, I mean, for me and him, if we don't go well outside the court, it doesn't make sense to play together because we spend more time with each other than with our families. So
right.
Imagine have to stay with a guy you don't like for 6 months in the same bedroom. Like here we have space, but there are some tiny rooms. We have.
This is not the usual.
Yeah,
these rooms are huge. Like we stopped by Tim and Logan's place. Yeah, I was like, damn, you got a kitchen and
huge.
Damn, like Sean does it right.
Yeah, does it.
This is the spot.
What's the In terms of the beach volleyball culture in Brazil, because in the United States, the Olympics are, I mean, everyone talks about the Olympics. Is that similar in Brazil?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually a pain in the ass sometimes because, like, if you get the regular Brazilian who doesn't watch beach volleyball all the time, but when you get to the Olympics, they start to watch every game.
Yeah.
And they don't understand, like, they don't know who the best teams are.
Yeah.
Some people still have the idea that the best teams are still like US, Brazil, and like someone from Germany or something like that. But it's changed so much. And they're like, oh my God, how are they losing to Norway? you know? And it's crazy because if you get like a regular viewer from beach volleyball, they understand it and they know how hard it is today. But 90% from the Olympics, they don't get a thing.
Yeah.
So it's really too much noise.
One of my favorite things was during the Winter Olympics. So Norway cleans up during the Winter Olympics. And this news story the station did a story on like how Norway had a lot of success. And someone commented like, well, it's Norway. What'd you expect, beach volleyball?
Yeah, I saw it.
And Anders and Christian just posted a link to Norway wins first beach volleyball gold.
I saw it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think about it. Like, the winter countries are rolling.
Yeah, Norway,
trending.
Sweden. Like the top two teams.
It's great for the sport, right? I mean, you get more competition. It's pushing Brazilians and the federation to be like, okay, like, what do we need to do to elevate our game? You know, I think competition is healthy. You know, for you guys and your staff, do you guys watch some of their play and be like, ooh, like we take one little thing from there or adjust a little thing from, say, Norway or Sweden?
Yeah, we try to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, especially the top teams like Norway, the Swedish. Sorry, it's we always have something to learn about every team, especially the top ones. What they are doing like all the time, because you can be playing good, but Sweden has like won every tournament they played this year.
It's insane.
Yeah, so there is something that you need to learn about them and what they do in the game. So I think beach volleyball as a whole, it's evolving a lot, especially because of them. And you can see more jump sets happening all the time, even with like teams that you are not waiting for. So I think it's good for the development, and it's for the players and for the game. And you always have to learn something about the other teams.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some jump sets from you guys in some of your matches here.
Yeah. Sometimes we try to play like the whole game like that. We did it well in Hamburg, like last year.
It was the first time I saw it. It was Hamburg.
Yes,
When you guys jump
it was the first time. We were training a lot and we were like, let's try to do it here. There's no wind, there's nothing.
Yeah.
We were in the pool with Stefan Bormans, and we knew he had his back hurt, so he just needed to play to get the qualification for the world champs. Yeah, world champs. So he needed just to go there, and he didn't play, and we knew about it, so let's try it. And then we did it really well. But then after that, we didn't manage to do it so well, because we think that when it's good, and everything is happening well, it's amazing to play like that.
Yeah. Right.
But if you get a lot of wind, and if you're not in a good day, like on your passing especially, and it's really tough. So we are trying to mix up sometimes, but we are staying.
You pick your spots well.
Yes.
'Cause I remember in Hamburg, when I was watching you guys, you picked like a couple of them, you tried it, and I was like, that might not be the best time to do it. But I feel like you guys, like, you pushed the perimeter of it, you figured out when the right times were, and now you've dialed it back in. So you're making the right decisions on it.
Yeah, we are trying to, like, do it more, but me and Andre have a different way to play the game. Like, we got high passes, high sets. It's way different, like, from Qatar, it's always shooting, even Anders and Christian that play like a rounder game, but they play with smaller like not tower set we play.
Yes.
So it's really different. Like for you to jump set in a tower pass, it's crazy.
Isn't it insane that Sweden can play the same game in
Yes.
every condition?
Yeah, it's amazing. They are really, really like one of a kind, I think, because they are both really light and fast,
Yeah.
and I think they have been training like that all their life, maybe.
Right.
So it's really something natural, but to play like that on wind and every place,
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
I remember when they were in the Maldives. Did you play the Maldives?
No.
Where that was like the first time that it was crazy windy. And I was like, I'm going to be pretty interested to see how they do. Same thing.
Yeah.
High pass, jump set, shoot set. I was like, damn it, I can do it everywhere.
And it's really crazy, like, because sometimes I think the most difficult part about their game is the mental game. It's really hard,
Yeah.
because sometimes you do a really good jump serve or a float serve, and then they still jump set and they hit second ball, and you need to be sometimes you overthink a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it's what they get like from playing like that. It's the overthinking that some teams have, and they go and get like 2-3 points on that,
Yeah.
because you're always thinking, how can I dig that? But you need to side out after.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good. I didn't think about it really like that. When you play them, it's like they constantly stressing you out because you don't know what to do, how to stop them, and then you're thinking about the last point. Boom, 2 points are gone.
Yeah.
And then like, whoa, I need to side out. I need
Yeah.
to stop worrying about the jump setting. Oh, it's tough.
Like you hit your best serve.
Yeah.
You just like, shoot. Like open it onto you. You're like, what are we supposed to do about that?
Yeah. Especially today we have a lot of tournaments that are indoors.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
There's-
it. No more worries about it.
Hopefully there's more beach events. I think that's been a talk, trying to get more events on actual sand near the water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing. Hopefully that's the case for next
Yeah.
year.
and I think we need one on the U.S. also.
Yeah.
We would love that. We would love that. I mean, it would help our federation not have to spend so much money, and more players can go. And I mean, I'm sure it'd be fun for everyone else in the world to kind of get a chance to go to the States and play an event. I mean, we have the fan base, so we'd have a
Yeah,
great.
and you guys sure know how to do an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last event I played there
It's fun.
really.
Have you been back since Fort Lauderdale?
I don't know. I think I played. There was one in Huntington Beach. I think there was
Yeah.
Yes,
the
that's
AVP with the World Tour, right?
Huge event.
Yeah, huge event.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I think that was the last I played there.
Okay. Because that would have been 2018.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, the last one was.
But I mean, that event was 4018
Yeah.
double and was awesome.
So awesome, so awesome. Yeah, I remember it's one of the best events I played. Like,
Cool.
was so huge and full of people all the time, all day long. So many matches. Andre even in the final there, I think, he was playing with Wanderley.
Played Brouwer Musen.
Yes.
And no one even touched
No.
the whole tournament. It's like,
Yeah.
we're supposed to stop either of these guys. They're just detonating on balls.
They were serving so hard. I remember it so fucking hard. And there's no way. I was like, oh, Andre is looking like a little kid serving.
That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
What's it like? I mean, do you train with Evandro much at all? I mean, I guess they're in Victoria.
Yeah, they are Victoria. We don't trade too much, but we play a lot against each other.
What's it like to pass Evandro surfs?
I mean, you just need to put the ball up, really. You can't think about anything else.
Yeah.
Because if you try, I never saw the Swedes play against them, but you just need to figure out a way to be behind the ball and put the ball up.
Yep.
It doesn't matter where you are, just put it up and try to side out. Because if you try to pass it on the spot, it's so hard sometimes because it's so strong. He's too tall and the ball comes spinning so fast. And yeah, just put it up. It's easier.
Well, you've had some big matches with Evandro and Arthur this year.
Yeah.
I remember Arthur a couple years ago for like a Brazilian station, he said that the guy he looks up to most was you. And I feel like you guys have had so many big matches. Is that like a fun little rivalry for you guys?
Yeah. Arthur it's like a brother to me. Like we played the under 19 and 21 together. We played the Youth Olympic Games together.
Oh, cool.
So we spent a lot of time together also.
Yeah.
And even when we are in tournaments, we like have dinner together, go out together.
Okay.
We are always, because he's the same age as I am, and we played everything, like under 19 Brazilian tour, whatever you imagine.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Did you guys split block?
Yeah, we split block.
Split block.
Yeah, we split block.
Who got more blocks between the two? Arthur did?
Yeah, he used to play blocking when he was in Brazil playing the national under 19. So he used to block. I always defended because I'm a shit at blocking. So I always defended, but we had to split because let's give it all on the serve and side out. That's how we played the game.
That's it?
Yeah.
So Andre's not going to send you up to the net.
No way. Only if something really horrible happens. But so me and Arthur, we always like to have fun playing against each other.
Yeah.
Like even on like many points, I know what he's going to do, and he knows what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And like for example, when he cut shot, I dig it. I do a cut shot also. It's all the time, and then we keep laughing at each other because it's a rivalry, but it's a funny one, you know.
Yeah.
Because we are so good friends that we don't take it too seriously, and we give it all on the court, and who wins will be better that day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a really great guy.
Yeah.
One of my best friends.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Has it been fun for you to see him make his way up? Because you've been closer to the top of the Brazilian Federation for a while now.
Yeah.
Like you said, you and Arthur, like you were boys coming up, and then it just took him a little bit longer to reach this level.
Yeah, and it's something about the thing that I said earlier about the young guns didn't want to come here. And I was talking to him, like I always used to talk to him and say, no, you need to go because you're good. And because we played together and he had good teams already. You can't wait. But I don't know. He had some. He went fishing and got bit by a mosquito and had like some real serious virus. Yeah, he had a mark on his hand, and because it's a funny story, but it's a bad one because he went to fish and didn't wear gloves, and a mosquito bite him, and he got a serious virus, and he got really sick. Like I don't know, half a year. He couldn't regenerate so much about training. Yeah, it was something. He was getting really, really fucked up. But then he's better now.
Dude, I'm glad, because when we stayed in Saquarema, I slept on the couch. And, dude, I woke up and my whole chest and stomach was like, that's like 300 mosquito bites right there. And he was like, dude, you got to, like, get that checked out. I was like, I don't know, I've been bit by mosquitoes before, but it took like 2 weeks for those to go away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mosquitoes in Saquarema.
A lot. We were there like 2 weeks ago. We were training there, and it's a lot of mosquitoes. And I don't know what they do because we have mosquitoes in João Pessoa also, but in Saquarema they hurt so much. I don't know what they have there.
They're feeding them bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. They have some protein shake, something like that. 'Cause it's crazy, and it's like a big. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's covered. But that's where like the indoor training center is, right?
Yeah.
Is that like a beach training center too?
Yeah, there are 6 courts there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys go down there a lot, or do you?
I mean, they asked us to go, but as it's far from João Pessoa, it's a 3 hours flight, and we have to be away from family and we can't take everybody.
Yeah.
Because we had the other teams training in João Pessoa, like Vitor and Renato. Yeah. There are other Brazilians training there, so we can't take everybody from our crew.
Right.
And it's too far. So, like, we don't go as much as I wanted. I really love there because it's train, go to sleep, train, go to sleep. Yes, perfect environment for me, but it's really amazing. Like they have everything, everything from ice baths to good food to good courts, all the balls you want. A really nice gym for tall people, because it's the same for the indoor guys. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Perfect place for me.
Is indoor as big as beach culture-wise in Brazil, or is it bigger?
Bigger, way bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember
Way bigger.
because when beach had the first World Championships in '87 in Rio, at the time, beach volleyball was, I forget where I read it, but beach volleyball was the biggest sport in Brazil at the time, and then soccer, indoor, and beach, I feel like, are the big three.
Yeah.
Is that still pretty accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Do you play soccer?
Nah.
No,
I don't like it.
just beach.
He had a beach court in the house.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing soccer. He was playing beach.
Dude, I love all the foot volley.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard, really. I don't know if you guys tried it.
I can barely juggle. I can't juggle.
I'm so impressed watching it, though. Yeah. Like, yeah, like, how are these guys doing this?
And they're getting a lot of money now because they are doing like paired with bets now. So in Brazil there are a lot of bets now, and the soccer are being sponsored by the bets.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so much money, really. It's so much money. And they get they invite Ronaldinho to play because he plays.
kidding?
Yeah, Ronaldinho. It's like
so fun.
and he plays a lot of beach soccer
Yeah.
and foot volley actually. Yeah, beach soccer is different. Yeah.
Well, I loved when we were in Recife, I just, like, on Sunday, just took a long walk up and down the beach, and I loved, like, everyone is just playing something
Yeah.
on the beach. You just got, like, people drawing in a line in the sand. You got a coconut here. All right, that's your goal.
Yeah.
Just, like, people just making up games. It's an active lifestyle out there.
Yes. People who live on the beach in Brazil always do that all the time. In Rio, if you go, you get to see people juggling the ball so freaking good. Unbelievable. I don't know if you guys seen on Instagram or TikTok something. They do some things like the ball hit his back, and then he shoots to other guy. And I was like, there's no way I can do that, even with hands.
Right. You can barely do it with our hands.
Yeah.
You want to do it with our body? Like, no way. When you go back home after being on the road for 3 to 4 weeks, are you craving a nice relaxing beach day? Do you want some good food? Like, what when you go back, what's your recharge?
I actually play a lot of video games.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I'm really addicted to video games.
What are you playing right now?
I play a lot of Dota.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a nerdy about it.
I played some Dota. I played a lot of League. Yeah, a little Overwatch.
Yeah, I play Counter-Strike too.
Okay.
Yeah, but, just random games. I'm playing Elder Ring now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really like to sit and be on my AC, my room, my AC on because it's still hot in Brazil. And,
inside.
Yeah,
with the games.
Play video games, eat something good like some Brazilian food.
Yeah.
And some beans, rice, just normal Brazilian food. It's good for me because we don't get beans outside here.
Yeah, it's a
really
little tough. It's a little different.
Yeah, and we eat beans every day in Brazil. Every day. So yeah, my wife doesn't like it too much. She likes beach more than I do. Sure. Yeah, she also plays, but she likes to go to the beach and just relax there. And I was like, no, I wasn't at the beach every day.
That's the problem, right? Like, you're always there, so I don't want to go back if I don't have to.
Yeah, I try to avoid it, as much as I can. I love going to the beach. I love having a swim in the ocean. But I try to avoid it because it's too much sun, and sometimes it gets tiring. Like on weekends, if I spend the whole week at the beach, and then I go to the weekend and go to the beach to spend the whole day, I was like, no way.
Too much beach.
Yeah, too much beach.
When my parents coming down to California, my mom's like, you just want to go have a beach day? I'm like, no.
Exactly.
Mom, you want to play video games, Mom and Dad?
Yeah. but she's starting to get it now because we've married like a couple of years ago, and we've been together for 10 years. But I started playing the World Tour, and she didn't.
Okay.
And she didn't get the difference, like being all the time living this and being on sand all the time.
Yeah.
But when she started playing the World Tour, she figured it out.
Yeah.
Because she got, okay, now I get why you don't want to go to the beach. You can have your time.
Does she ever come out and travel with you on the World Tour?
Yeah.
Just to be with you?
Yes, she did it. She's going to do it in Paris now.
Nice.
Yeah, I think she's traveling after next week, maybe. Something like that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But there was another tournament that she was there. I don't remember. But it's just a few because she has to train to play the Brazilian Tour and to play the World Tour. So it's really hard. Like, it's one event after the other all the time. So
Yeah.
we don't have that much time to spare.
Yeah. Two more things I'm curious about, and then we'll let you rest and recover properly here in Gstaad. Your pre-match routine, like when you're not pre-match, but like rep blows the whistle and you guys gotta go in and shake hands.
Yeah.
And you do kind of like a prayer meditative thing. I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, I think it's because my mother's family is so much religious, and I mean, I'm a bit of mix up about it because they are Catholic, I think, and I'm not so much into it, but I believe some things, so I'm a bit of mix up from many religions, so I kind of have my own, and like, but I believe in God a lot, and I always, when I go inside the court, I try to get a bit of sand on my hands, and like I spread it on myself, and like just to be blessed about the game, you know.
Yeah.
And then I always did to clap my hands with the sand, just just to have my time, and thank for playing another game, and then I can start.
I love that.
Yeah.
Watching it, it reminded me, have you ever seen Gladiator?
Yes.
When he kind of like shakes the dirt in his hands, and you did that against Tryon Kane. We were playing in soccer, and I was like, I don't think that's a good sign. Like George is pretty dialed right now.
Yeah, it's something I always do. I try to always do it because it helped me to focus and really to think about being there, being able to play, even like many bad things happening around the world, and we are able to come to beautiful places and play. So I'm just thankful about that.
Yeah,
That's great.
and me and Kyle been saying, we're like, what a beautiful life we get.
Yeah, so good.
Job. I think people pay a lot of money to come just to be here.
Yes.
It's pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet.
And then last thing I was curious about, when did you guys did it hit that you're going to the Olympics? It was probably a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, it was just before Brazilian tournament, the Elite 16, when Pedro didn't play the qualification. We already had the spot, so it was kind of hard to because we still had the tournament to play, so we couldn't like
Celebrate
or do anything about it. But I just called my family, called my wife. My father was there, so we had a dinner or something really chill because we had to play. So it was a mix-up of trying to focus on the tournament and celebrating at the same time. And yeah, we were really happy, but after we really like settled after Brazilian tournament, we were like, okay, now we need to work more.
Yeah,
because it's higher step now. We want to get a medal in the Olympics, and we don't like get that over happiness, just happy and okay, next step, let's
work harder, which is great. It's like a super awesome mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, we got in. All right, time to work harder.
Time to go.
Yeah.
Well, George, I appreciate you taking the time in the middle of a tournament.
Yes.
You're one of my
Thank
favorite
you.
players to watch. It's great to sit down and chat. And congrats on all the success. Is it Parabéns? Is that right?
Parabéns, yes.
Parabéns. Parabéns on everything, and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Indeed.
And just because I watch, I have to say it, I watch a lot of games that you commentate on our games, and you always you always talk about it, and you never ask about it.
Yeah.
The short serve I do.
Yes.
It was just by occasion.
What do you mean, just by occasion? Just
Just having fun with the ball. I was just having fun.
so cool.
I love to cut shot a lot.
Nasty short.
It's so good. Like, I feel like in practice we talk about your serve and like George like hitting that little cut shot jump serve into the cross court, and like it is not a fun. It's not an easy ball to hit, and it is a hell of a ball to pass. Like,
Yeah.
so
You're
cool.
just messing around. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, I always messed around with the ball like all the time. I like to go like taking one step before I just stand at the net and cut shot like 1-2 times, one step back, 1-2 times, one step back.
I love that.
Both sides, I always do that. And then one day I started doing like way back, and then I did from the serve line. I was like, okay, the serve line's good, and then I stopped it. Yeah, I really had fun with the ball, and once my coach said, "Oh, why you can do it? Just serve it. It's cut shot."
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and then was like occasion. He said, "Try to do it," and I tried to do it, and it works out.
It's
Yeah,
nasty. 'Cause I mean, you hit that so perfect against Try and Came, and afterwards, Try was like, "Bro, I don't even know." I was like, when they're playing like that, nothing a whole lot of people are gonna do about it.
yeah. I had to talk with you because you always forget to
appreciate
say.
that, That's I love that you figured it out just by having fun and messing.
Yeah, I always try to have fun with the ball and try odd stuff. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But you got to try it, right?
It's easy to see. God, we were watching you play Tim and Logan the other day, and you hit this like slide cut shot, and you're just like, shh.
Oh my
And
gosh.
Haley Harvard
Off
was
the
next to
net.
me. She was like,
That was crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
yeah.
I
All
really
right,
like
man. Well, good luck. And I'll be commentating quite a bit of your matches the rest of the way, I'm sure.
it. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you for
George.
Thank you.
Shoots.
Good work. Thank you.
Great.
It's so fun.
Fun chat.